Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Ronin's Den. We're joined by Levi Davis, hilarious game master, because we are talking species in the Legends of Kralis once again. Today, we are talking about the Chovah. Also, we are joined by my co host, Eric. Levi, tell us about the not dwarves.
Okay, so they're not dwarves, but they are dwarves. I've actually got a dwarf species, but these are Chovah, and they've actually been lovingly renamed Klingon dwarves because of their ridged heads. Now, these guys are amongst some of the more they're medium-sized species. They're amongst some of the more powerful medium-sized species that you can actually play. Um, for all intents and purposes, you could call them a dwarf. I'm not offended by that. I think that's what most people automatically recognize to them. However, they do have other things beyond that, like their crest. They don't need to wear helmets because their crested head actually is a weapon that can be used as a weapon, and it protects them when they are in being headshotted and other things like that. There's three different subspecies that you can choose. They are also another honor bound society species where they really have a strong leaning towards honor and loyalty amongst themselves and also other species. And as a side note, and we'll get into it in each of the other species, they are related by an ancient ancestor to the Habatu and the Rakas that we will get into as part of the lore.
All right. So, the Chovah, like every species, has a nice little box that tells you some of the features that they get. As always, with every species in every game, the features that are common, what their age range, their size, vision, movement, languages. Where we really want to start is the resistances. Chovah have plus 10 versus fear and horror checks. It's hard to scare them. They are immune to dream based abilities or attacks. They have plus 2 willpower successes versus checks against undead special attacks and touches. Chovah are immune to spells or powers that would cause them to fall asleep. They're immune to called shots to the head. That is a lot of resistances. They basically, their head is super protective, is what I'm seeing, is it doesn't let mental or physical things happen to them.
Well, and one of the other things is because of that, they also don't dream. They can never dream. They are never going to be susceptible to dream altering realities.
Hmm. The next one is they get some bonuses. Chovah get a plus 15 to alertness checks, probably because they're not dreaming. Plus 10 health points, 150 to their maximum lift, 20 fatigue points, and they gain plus 10 to weapon forte of any type versus evil creatures anytime that a Chovah can determine if the being is evil. Man, they just don't like evil people, apparently. Battle holding. Chovah do not have to make a holding 0 check until they reach 5 times their stamina modifier in the negative health. That's powerful. Chovah vitality. Chovah gain plus 4 health points every time they gain a rank to a maximum of plus 32. They have a headbutt attack. They can use their head to damage people. They can sense evil. A Chovah can determine if a creature or being is evil by taking a moment to concentrate on one target that is within 15 feet of the Chovah. In combat, a Chovah must concentrate as a full action on a single target. The Chovah must succeed with a wits check of a target score of 2 to determine if the target is evil or not. So they know evil when they see it. Now we go into their species abilities, and the first one is Battle Leader. You are notorious for your ability to inspire others to push themselves beyond their limits. As a full action, you can target up to one ally per charisma modifier that is within 20 feet of you that you can hear and that can hear or see you. A plus 5 bonus to any skill check per 30 charisma the Chovah has. This effect lasts for 1 turn per charisma check success. They're inspiring. They make people hit better and do things better.
Well, a lot of these species actually built in for them to be part of the party, part of the group, to actually influence the other parts of the member the party, to make it more of a cohesive game.
Yeah, it seems like the species they lend themselves to certain builds quite well. I will definitely say that. Chovah, Devotion. The character gains a +5 bonus to all attack skills and their willpower modifier as a bonus to any shield proficiency skill every other rank to a maximum of +30. In addition, they do not suffer any penalties when they become beaten and only suffer -3 success penalty when they become battered. So, kind of like the Balhul from earlier, these guys can fight on a bit harder just in their own way when they're taking a smacking.
Yeah, and their next one is Combat Empathy. Chovah have the uncanny ability to read the basic emotions of others in combat. Once per turn, as a simple action, you can attempt a Wits check. This gives them a +5 to their attack skill or defense skill check per 2 Wits successes. They may use this bonus only during combat and must indicate which they are going to apply the bonuses to. So basically, they can read people's emotions and hit them harder or defend against them better.
Endurance gives the Chovah a more athletic than normal, makes them more athletic than normal, and they gain a +20 species bonus to any stamina checks to avoid exhaustion, as well as the effects of forced marches, starvation, dehydration, and air conditions in heat or cold. They do not suffer fatigue loss for moving faster than normal, hustling, running, or sprinting.
It's the exact same as the Bahul get. Focused Mind. You gain +10 cumulative bonus for every hour you concentrate on any next non-combat skill check. You may focus for half your stamina modifier in hours to gain this bonus. During combat, as a simple action, you gain +10 bonus to any non-attribute check that you make. Basically, they have the ability to focus on something and do a little bit better at it, or a lot better at it.
As long as it's not a combat skill.
Yep.
And Hidden Sense. You have a knack for noticing unusual workings and configurations. You can more easily spot alterations and patterns that may hide traps, hidden doors, movable walls. Anytime you pass within 10 feet of these types, you gain a perception check to notice these features without any penalties, and whether or not you are actively looking for them. So it seems like something that the game master is going to need to be keeping track of for their Chovah players.
More or less, yes.
That would have been super helpful in that one campaign.
Those doors.
Those doors.
Natural magic. This is the same as the Balians get. Basically, you get your fatigue to cast arcane spells is reduced by 2 per power rank. So a rank 3 spell would normally cost 9. It now costs 3, etc., etc. We've covered this before.
Which we're going to round off the Chovah skills with Stonewall. With this ability, you gain +10 bonus to your physical defense versus knockdowns, knockouts, knockbacks, overruns, charges, and grapples. In addition, while defensively fighting, your physical defense increases by an additional 10 points. You know, looking at the Chovah, I say they would make an excellent paladin type character if you were looking for playing that kind of trope in one of your games.
Sure.
Yeah.
Paladin, Knight, Crusader, those kind of things. Absolutely. And they're also very good at leadership. And there's actually another ability that ties into battle leader. You have the skill leadership. Then you have the ability. It's kind of like an enhanced leadership. I'm forgetting the actual ability at this particular moment. But it allows you to increase the range upon which you can give bonuses to allies.
Nice.
Very much a person that's in the middle of combat and that can command and direct people.
But yes, that has been the Chovah, as I affectionately call them, the not dwarves. They're a fun little race species. They have big, thick noggins that they use in various different ways. They seem like they'd also be a lot of fun to play. I am Steve. That is Levi and Eric, and that has been our breakdown of the Chovah. Have a great time.